Welcome to our new lesson of CapCut. In this lesson, we are going to learn about main track magnets and about the timeline panel. So, without any further ado, let's just hop onto the lesson by opening up CapCut on our device. As you can see that I have opened up CapCut and I'm on my working space, or so-called the interface, okay? So what I'm going to be doing over here is going to be showing you how you'll be able to use your timeline panel and how you'll be able to use the magnet feature in your timeline panel. So first thing I'm going to do is import my videos and also my audios all at the same time. And I'm going to do is sort it out in a way so that I have its videos, photos, and audios. So what you have to basically first do is that when you want to edit your videos or you want to make a composition is you have to drag it into your timeline panel. So you can see drag material here and start to create. So first thing I'm going to do is use this. There we go. We have our video over here. Now I can apply more. So I can do is apply this over here. I can apply this over here, and there we go. This is how it will look like. Now I'm going to do is just minimize it just by pressing on Control and using my scroll key on my mouse. So as I have my videos, now if I want photos, I can also apply that over here. I'm just going to do is drag the same thing, click on that. There we go. I can drag it over here like that. I can also apply the same thing over here. I can just drag it like this. But if you want to just press a button or you want to take it directly into your timeline panel, you can see this option over here, this plus button. You can just press on that and it will appear up on your timeline panel. You can see, and it will appear up where this bar is. So if I keep the bar over here and if I press on this, and it will appear right after it starts from. Okay. So I'm going to do is you can also delete them whenever you want. So let's say I have this whole video over here. Now I'm not going to be doing is keeping them that long. So even though I have my, panels, or even though I have, how you'll be able to, upload or take your videos or medias into your timeline panel. Now, if you want to use your audios into your timeline panel, you can also apply that. You can either press on this plus option or you can drag it directly into your timeline panel. It will work the same way, just the way you take your videos and your photos into your timeline panel. So these are the two methods. You can either click on this or you can click on this one. Another method is going to be the drag and drop. You can also drag and drop it. First off, make sure you have your, folder or, file explorer on. And after you have your file explorer on, what you have to basically do is just drag the whole thing directly into your, timeline panel. You can see if I have it over here, and I'm going to do is just take it right over here, and it will also appear up directly into your timeline panel. And then you'll be able to drag it wherever you want it to be and wherever you want, or, how it fills up your criteria. Okay, so we're basically done with this over here on how you'll be able to use your timeline panel. And obviously there are a couple of different, differences, or a couple of different things which you can do on your timeline panel. Let's get a preview. Let's play it up. And obviously you can see the audio over here. You can see now you hear the sound. Now you'll be hearing another sound. So these are the sounds which I have from my resource file. You'll be able to use them whenever you want. And obviously I'm going to show you an addition to this lesson, which is going to be the cover photo. Now, cover photo is basically something like a thumbnail. What photo or what do you want to show up as your thumbnail or the cover photo? So if you want to make your cover photo, what you're going to do is click on this cover option. Click on that cover and you'll be able to select a cover from any part of the whole composition. I'm going to press on allow. Make sure you allow your internet connection private and public. You can also keep it private if you want to. So you can select which frame you want it to be as your cover. So let's say I want to do is keep this one or maybe this one as my cover. Now you can also select it from video, or you can also select it from, let's say, your local files, let's say your device. If you have any specific photo or if you have any specific video which you want to select from, you can click on local. You'll be able to drag and drop any image or anything over here. and the recommendation is 16:9. If it's something like 1:1, it will get scaled up, so you don't have to worry about it. You can also click on this folder option and it will open up something like this. You'll be able to, open up whichever drive you want, whichever folder you want, and drag it directly into over here, this platform, or you can just select on any of the photos and press on open, and then you're good to go. You will basically have it over here. If you want to make a new one, click on new, and then you'll be able to make your own cover photo from over here. But I have a whole different lesson for making a cover photo. So I'm going to do is just exit this. So basically you'll be able to, make one directly from over here. So for this lesson, as I'm not going to go into any deep, so I'm going to do is just show you how you'll be able to use any frames as a cover photo. So I'm going to do is just use this frame or maybe this frame as a cover photo. So I'm going to press on OK, or you can edit it if you want to. So after you're done, you can use whichever one you want. You can make new ones. So after you're done, press on edits. The same panel which I've, exited from will open up, and you can just press on save. So I'm going to show you all of these later on in a different lesson. I have a whole different lesson about this, so I'm going to show it to you. So after you're done, just press on save, and you will basically see that you will have your cover photo. You can see this is the cover photo. This is basically how it will look like if you do not have it, starting, or if you do not have it playing. So first thing which will show up as a thumbnail is that photo. Okay, so I'm going to do is just take it at the beginning. You can see this is how it will look like. Okay. So make sure to keep that in mind, and now you know how you'll be able to, use a cover photo from, your composition or your video from your timeline. And you can also see these bars over here. You'll be able to extend them, but I also have a whole separate lesson for that. So now you know basically how you'll be able to use your timeline panel, how you'll be able to customize it. You can keep it wherever you want. Okay. But one thing about the video is that you will not be able to use it wherever you want. Okay. So for that, you have a whole different tool for it. So I'm going to do is just keep it like this. And this is the part where you need to learn about the magnet. Okay. Or the main area magnet. So you can see when, or in default, the magnet is most of the time turned on. So you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 elements over here. If I delete one of the elements over here, it just adds up to this one. It just adjusts itself to the one which it can connect to, right? So if I press on Control Z, it is over here. Even if I drag it at the top, you can see still it adjusts over here. What if I want that space? So how would you do that? You can see on your toolbar, there's this option called the main track magnet. You can also toggle this option by using P on your keyboard. So you can click on that, and when it is turned off, now if you drag it out, it will not fill up the gap. Now, even if I delete it, it will not fill up the gap or connect it. Okay, but you will not be able to overlay any of the videos. It will just get it to another track or another platform. So you'll be able to use it. Now you can see this is how it looks like. So if I turn it on again, it will just connect itself to the one previous to it. Okay, so let's try this one. If I turn it on, if I delete this one, it will just connect it to the first one. If I delete this, it will just connect itself. So I'm going to press on Control Z to undo the process of all of this so that I can get back to this one. Okay, you can turn it on and off according to your desire. Works the same case of audios and photos at the same time in, CapCut. So just fiddle through these options, find out your, just find out which one you have to use. And obviously, step by step, lesson by lesson, I'm going to show you each and every one of these tools. And obviously, you'll find out the undo and redo option over here. The shortcut of redo is Control Shift and Z. And the keyboard shortcut for undo is Control and Z. So you can try it out. Control Shift and Z for redo and Control Z for undo. Okay, so try it out and just fiddle through each and every one of these options. You can see there are a couple of other options too, which we have is auto snapping. You can also turn it on and off if you want to. You can also turn it off and you will basically see that it will not auto snap. Okay, so if you delete it, if you have it off, but if you have it turn it on, basically see that it will not auto snap. There we go. If you keep it off, it will just, overlay it, get it to another panel, and do whatever it can, okay? So you can try these options and, check out how it works. So thank you for watching this video up till the very end. If you have any question, any confusion about any part of the lesson, feel free to ask me. I'm always there to help you. So let's move on to our next lesson of this course of CapCut.